what happens when Iran clings to Hezbollah? And the United States, backed by Israel and Saudi Arabia, says enough. You get rising tensions in the Middle East, and that too for good reasons. Well, Hezbollah is not just any local Lebanese militia, it is Iran's most dangerous proxy, an armed group fueled by Tehran's money, their ideology, and their weapons. For decades, Hezbollah has destabilized Lebanon, launched rockets at Israel, and turned civilian areas into war zones. It calls itself resistance. But let me tell you the reality here. It is Iran's most powerful tool to expand its reach in the Arab world. Without Hezbollah, Tehran would lose its sharpest weapons against Israel. Without Hezbollah, Iran's influence in Lebanon could crumble. So, when Lebanon's government recently discussed a plan to disarm Hezbollah, what did Tehran do? It panicked. Iran's top officials rushed to Beirut to deliver a message. Hezbollah's weapons are not up for negotiations, and Hezbollah's own leaders proudly declare as long as Israel exists, its guns will remain. Well, in other words, they have no intentions of becoming a peaceful political force. This is where the US comes in. Washington has long recognized the danger of letting Hezbollah operate unchecked. It is not just about Lebanon here. Hezbollah is tied to global terror networks, smuggling routes, and even drug trafficking operations that reach far, far beyond the Middle East. In the meantime, American intelligence knows that Hezbollah is not the same as ISIS or Al-Qaeda, but make no mistakes here. It remains one of the most dangerous terrorist organizations in the world. Its targets are primarily Israelis and Jewish community, but its networks have touched South America, Africa, and even Europe. So, can the US afford to turn a blind eye? Iran wants to make this about ideology and history. Well, it likes to talk about century-old Shia bonds and revolutionary principles. But strip away the rhetoric and what you see is very simple. Hezbollah gives Iran a military footprint right on Israel's border. Tehran has invested too much to give it up, which is exactly why America and its allies sees Hezbollah as a red line. Now here, critics say that Washington is kind of taking a hardline stance on just to please Israel and Saudi Arabia. But here's the truth. Hezbollah is not just their problem, it is everybody's problem. Think about it. Hezbollah has more missiles than many national armies. Its fighters are battle-hardened from Syria's civil war, and it sits inside a fragile state, Lebanon, where its armed power overshadows the government itself. It's not a recipe for stability, it's a ticking time bomb. So, if the United States ignore this, the consequences could be disastrous. A stronger Hezbollah means more wars with Israel, it means Lebanon sinking deeper into chaos, and it means that Iran's influence stretching unchecked across the region. And that is why Washington is under a lot of pressure to act right now. Not because of Saudi's whisper, not because of Israeli lobbying, but because an unchecked Hezbollah directly undermines America's vision of a stable Middle East. And yes, let's not forget here, disarmament has been attempted before. It failed because Iran always doubled down, but that does not mean that Washington should stop trying. Every push limits Hezbollah's room to maneuver. Every sanction cut into Tehran's ability to fund its proxies, and every single effort signals that US won't tolerate terror groups. So here's the bottom line of our story. America faces a tough choice, but it is the right one. Support its allies, push back against Hezbollah, keep Iran in check, because letting Hezbollah thrive is not just bad for Israel or Saudi Arabia, it is bad for Lebanon, bad for regional stability, and yes, bad for the United States too.